All right, so we have a forum,
All
right?
right, we're ready to rock and roll. So we will call the December 7th, 2020 IDA meeting to order. And the first order of business, we have Mr. Zaraitis here from Solar Foundations USA, along with Dennis Robson from the SCDC for a presentation. Gentlemen,
Thank you.
We can't hear you guys.
That's what I'm saying. Can you hear me now? No?
Now I can. I couldn't before. It was all muffled.
That's fine. Nice to be here tonight with another project. I hope everyone received it in the email. It's for a company called Solar Foundations USA, Inc. And right now they're currently working out of Mike's house in Ballston Lake. And he's going to tell you what's going on and why they need to grow. But it's a project that's about almost $2.2 million. And we'll talk about the pilot and other things as we go. But Mike, why don't you give them a rundown of what you do, and we'll go from there. And I don't know if they can see. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Just some background on the company. We basically got started installing helical piles down in the Maryland and Virginia region. It's basically a screw you put in the ground, and you can build like decks and other things off of that. And as part of that process of installing those helical piles, we had a demand for support structures for ground mount solar arrays. So we ended up started installing some of those piles for ground mount solar structures. And we were really just involved in the helical pile portion of the business. And then we basically 10 years ago got started with the solar portion of it, where we found out that a lot of the products that were out there just really weren't optimized. So we came up with some alternate solutions for these solar companies that reduce the installation costs and the installation time. And we started actually manufacturing our own products for the actual solar racking. So we started making the actual piles themselves, all of the support structure, and then the racking, the parts that you actually mount the panels to that hold them up on the ground mounts. And over the years, we basically just continued to grow. As I said, we started out in that Maryland and Virginia area. As the business started to pick up, we actually relocated to Delaware as our primary hub, and that's where our current headquarters is located, in Delaware. And we currently serve the entire East Coast. We have our headquarters is in Delaware. We just built a 30,000 square foot manufacturing facility down there 2 years ago. Then we also have a hub out of Columbia, South Carolina. And this year we just expanded into Illinois, Bloomington, Illinois, and Houston, Texas, to start serving the South Central and the North Central regions of the country. We really didn't do a whole bunch of work in the Northeast originally, just because of the issues with the soil conditions up here and trying to get the piles in the ground. But as we continued to develop the product line, we really came up with I don't say it's an innovative solution to the ground mount racking in this region, where we're able to use a ground screw product, and we have the ability to pre-drill holes in the ground. And like if you're in solid rock, we actually can drill a hole into the solid rock like you drill like a water well. And by having those capabilities in this Northeast corridor, it really helped us increase our market share up here, because we had the ability to install these piles in a lot of sites where there were no other alternatives to actually being able to do that. And then as a result of that, we've seen this growth in the Northeast. I live in Ballston Lake and stuff, so I was actually, and still am, running a lot of the administrative stuff and some of the engineering stuff out of my home office. We also do like some prototyping and R&D out of a small shop I've got there. But as this Northeast region continues to grow, our volume up here is actually getting fairly large. So we're looking to basically grow in this region, either through basically building a warehousing location up here to support the demand in the region. But preferentially, since I'm located in this area, I'd like to go ahead and that's what this project's really about, is to actually do a little bit more than just warehouse material up here. We want to continue to grow some of the R&D aspects up here, do some of the warehousing, along with some of the manufacturing processes as well. So we're really just trying to decide between, expanding in this area in terms of what we're going to do in the Northeast, or if we're going to go ahead and just continue to expand the manufacturing in that Delaware location.
Okay.
Town of Boston, yeah.
And you
Yeah, we spent a lot of time trying to find something that was actually in a light industrial area, just because of the manufacturing evolutions. It's basically machine shop type work and light manufacturing. They're simple processes, and it's one of those things in terms of the manufacturing work to be done. Most of the racking manufacturers that are out there, a lot of this stuff is actually done overseas, then imported back into the country. And you have to continue to be competitive with the other companies that are out there. But we really feel that for a lot of the things that we do, because we are a smaller company, is that we want to have the ability to go ahead and react quickly to the market needs. And by doing some of those simple manufacturing processes in the house, we can actually make the changes on a much faster pace than what the large corporations can do. And it's one of those that when we actually look at our, the cost savings of going overseas for some of the stuff compared to what we can actually do with some of these simple manufacturing processes and through some, automation and semi-skilled labor in the shop, we can be fairly competitive with the import products. So that's why we'd really like to try to keep as much of it as we can in the U.S. instead of doing the typical overseas production.
If one of the issues they do have contingency providing for the project. So looking at for the cost, let's talk about
Basically, there's going to be a kind of a combination of opportunities for us to grow with. As I said, we're actually a manufacturer, and that's kind of what makes us a little bit different than the other manufacturers, is that we actually offer kind of a turnkey solution to the solar companies, where we actually manufacture the product, and then we actually have field crews as well that go in and out and actually install the piles. It's not mandatory. We do have clients that just buy materials only. And then we also offer engineering services. So all of our projects, we provide all the engineering associated with it. So in terms of employment opportunities, because of the growth in the Northeast, we're actually hoping to pick up some additional employees to help with some of the installation work. And then with the increased manufacturing at the Northeast facilities, we'll be looking to bring on some non-skilled, semi-skilled labor to assist with those processes, along with, as we continue to grow and expand through the country. Because I'm located in this area and I prefer to stay here instead of going down to Delaware, we'd be bringing on additional administrative and professional work to help with the operations end of the projects, and then also some additional engineering to help continue to further the R&D of our products and our offerings that we currently have.
I do have the agreement sale purchase contract with DCG, which shows the contingency. You guys have seen the site plan included with it. We also have a term sheet from SubQ, and that was dated November 17th. So they will go up to 70% of the value, the less than $1.5 million.
Yeah, that was just as part of the application package. They were really looking for something. So CEFQ prepares something for us quickly. We've worked with CEFQ for pretty much since the beginning, and they've actually been really good. They actually almost helped finance the facility in Delaware for us, other than they couldn't do the construction aspect of it. But we definitely expect to continue our relationship with CEFQ, and then just based on company financials and where we stand, even if we need to go up to that 2 or 2.3 million, there won't be any issue with getting appropriate terms from CEFQ. We've had several meetings with CEFQ on the project and stuff, so they know what's coming down the pike and stuff, and what we're doing with it.
From the pilot information from the spreadsheet, you'll see that mortgage tax subject exemption is $11,400. 7% sales tax benefit is $56,000, and then the estimated savings per year on the taxes is $27,470. So altogether, after costs are included and everything, it looks like it will be about $306,000 savings for the company over that 10-year period. And in the first 3 years of this project, right now they have 7 people, and they would consolidate those folks into the Clifton Park location. And then within the first year after that, add another 3, and then 4, and another 2. So we'll grow from 7 initially to another 9 at the end of 3 years. And they do have skilled labor, semi-skilled in the as well. Average salaries are based on there, and the annual payroll currently moving in would be about $200,000, and then we grow from there. Average salaries and incentives are listed in the application, and are actually at just above the capital region standard averages for those particular projects. Work. I don't think I missed anything, but so I guess if you could, if there's any questions you might have, any for Mike. It's an interesting. He does have a company brochure, which I will be glad to copy and send out to everybody. But we do. I don't know if you have time to get on the website or not. But please do that as well. What we're asking for is to set a public hearing for January, that we could then move the project forward and they could get in the ground in the spring. So we're up for any questions.
Yes, sorry, I just lost it in the application. It was blank for the percent of percentage of materials and labor coming from different parts. We know for that is for the construction of the project.
Yeah, I wasn't actually sure what to put in for that. We're currently working with the first company that we've just started contacting is Munter Enterprises. They're out of Greenfield, and I guess they've got an existing project that's going in Clifton Park as well. So we're hopeful that that the timing works out well, that we can potentially use those guys, but we still have to actually do at least a little bit of competitive bidding to make sure that we know where we're actually at with pricing. Most of building material stuff, it's a Butler style building, so that kind of thing would actually come in as a package deal and stuff. But any of the obviously the labor and stuff is generally local. I don't know if it's necessarily Clifton Park, but it's not going to be coming in from anywhere that far.
So your expectation is a local.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
And again,
it's basically a clear span building, 20,000 square foot footprint. In that, it's basically a 200-foot long by 100-foot deep building. So 80 foot of it's basically going to be for warehousing, storage. Another 80 foot of that is going to actually be for shop manufacturing space. And then the balance of the 40 foot on the first floor is going to be machine shop R&D work. And then the second floor above that 40 foot shop area will be basically office space and some additional R&D work as well. So we get about 4,000 square foot of office, 4,000 of machine shop, 8,000 of manufacturing space, and 8,000 of warehousing. No, we're actually submitting December 21st, I think, so we can go to the January meeting, just to at least get the concept review and just to make sure there's no issues. We're not asking for any kind of variances from the existing zoning, so you can never tell how it goes with board meetings and stuff, but we don't anticipate, based on what we're doing, should be any kind of objection. It's in an industrial area, there's existing industrial buildings there and stuff, infrastructure.
From the factory east of the PCT property that was developed. So it's just kind of, and that's what the plan is.
And that coffee places and everything, you can just smell lots of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
There's coffee.
I can tell the road through coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
First time we drove by, I was like, ooh, okay. Open the windows more.
These types of products being brought in, like, and very few things in the bulk for two.
Yeah.
Bring some product out here. You're currently on
Yeah, in terms of like warehousing, we'd actually be supplying pretty much the Northeast, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Connecticut, Mass, Rhode Island, those areas, Pennsylvania, Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, Virginia and stuff are coming out of the Delaware facility. Anything south of that comes out of the Columbia, South Carolina facility. And then the Florida region will be coming out of West Palm Beach, I think, isn't it? Beginning of the year. But the manufacturing, the way it actually works right now is some of the products that we're expecting to be manufacturing here, we'll be making all of the products for all of the regions. So we'll distribute from our facility up here and then ship out from here to the other locations for distribution. And then we'll still be bringing some of the products up from the Delaware facility that are made in Delaware, and they ship out to the other facilities as well.
I would encourage you as you're looking for
Yep.
And then up and down. We do that.
Yeah, I've actually used them in the past. I used to do residential construction, and I actually picked up a couple guys out of the Hudson Valley program. It's definitely a good resource.
Yeah.
Anybody online have any questions?
Doesn't sound like it.
All right, so we get a motion for to set it down for the public hearing? I'll move. Sheila move. Any seconds?
Second.
Fine. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. What's a good day for the next meeting?
So is the county reorganization before that?
Whenever I say it.
Oh.
Whoa.
How about the,
I didn't know how busy
it's probably gonna be that fourth, yeah.
because it's on Monday. You want to go to 11?
to the 11th. And, well, you want to do a different day than Monday?
Think we could do Tuesday, the 5th?
We should be fine.
Everybody check your calendar for Tuesday the 5th. Everybody good with Tuesday the 5th of January for the meeting? Public hearing?
I was going to call in because I haven't been to Florida.
You'll be where?
Florida,
Good for you.
yeah. I can go down to the West Palm Beach facility. I'll be right back.
Anybody have any issues?
You'll be here before you know it.
I guess not. All right, we'll do it on the 5th.
That's the 5th.
Yep. Oh, hang on. Yep, January 5th.
So I'll probably advertise it as a virtual, and the ability to do that right now expires at the end of January, but I presume that's going to end up getting extended.
Yeah. I would advertise it as.
Since the court system went back down to pretty much lockdown today, so
Yeah.
I can't imagine us coming out of this
Right.
before March.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get that notice out.
If, John, since we're doing this by Zoom, I don't need a court reporter, correct? We have a recorded Zoom.
Correct.
Okay.
I believe that's correct. We can transfer it later.
We did that on the last one, so I'm just
Yeah.
assuming that's
Yep.
the same. Okay.
Agreed.
All right. We're free to go, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Did everybody get a chance to look at the minutes? Any changes to the minutes? A motion to approve the minutes of August and November. Sheila moving, any second? Todd, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Tom, you still with us?
Say it again.
There you are. Want to give a brief,
okay.
financial overview?
All right. Financial statements, sent them out earlier today. Balance sheet is the first one. Not a lot has changed since last month, realistically. You see our total cash position is $84,000 on the balance sheet, which is actually just about $200,000 less than where we were a year ago today. So this is obviously at the end of November. If you go over to the P&L, not a lot has changed there either. You can see big numbers that for the year are contributions which were $35,000, and the grants which were $136,000. That doesn't include the last one that we just wrote the check for
Okay,
another $1,000. So
Great. And that takes care of all the pending ones, I think, correct? I don't think.
John, can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Are there any other pending grant applications? I don't think so, right?
No.
Just one, okay. So yeah, I think there's about 13,000 left in that fund, which I guess we'll do in a minute. Thanks, Tom.
My pleasure.
John, did you just approve the August minutes? I had sent the November as well.
We did, yeah. So,
You did both?
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I only heard one. Not hearing very clearly. Audio's not coming through very well.
Yeah, we don't seem to have a microphone tonight. It's just a laptop. Then did everybody have an opportunity to review the mission statement and internal controls documents that Melissa circulated earlier today?
I can't hear you.
I said, did everybody get a chance to review the mission statement and the internal controls documents? Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, point the laptop at yourself.
It pretty good. How about now?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Much
All
better.
right, this is very sensitive. Everybody get a chance to review the mission statement and the effectiveness internal controls documents that Melissa circulated earlier?
Yes.
Okay, great. Do we need we don't need to approve those, right? We just circulate.
Jim, do we need a motion on those? Just circulate, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think it has to be approved every year.
I'll just note for the record that it's been circulated to all the members and everybody's had an opportunity to review it.
Okay.
Similar with the operations and accomplishments report, there were the 3 items on there for the Synergy Tech Park, and then our initiatives with the donations to the small businesses as well as the small business grant disbursements. Just note that that was circulated and reviewed pursuant to the ABO. And finally, our measurement report was also, what's that? Oh, it wasn't? I thought it. Oh, I guess it was the assessment report. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. We will table the reviewing and approving of the measurement report. It's still being drafted. Sorry, I confused that with the assessment and effectiveness of internal controls report. So we'll table that. It'll be prepared for January. Then the update on the grant disbursements, as I was saying earlier, I think we have about $13,000 left in the fund. So if anybody is out and about, any businesses in Clifton Park, I've taken applications to some places I've stopped in. I'm telling everybody about it, but it appears that the interest in the free money has died out. So if anybody knows anyone, please send them and we'll leave it open for applications.
Jonathan, is there anything pending other than what was on that sheet that Melissa sent?
There's not, that's complete.
Okay, I mentioned it to someone who I thought had filed an application, but I guess not.
I did do a couple restaurants. Any place I get food from, I'm mentioning it, but no bites. So I don't know. It's bizarre.
Just as a note, there's 2 checks that haven't been cashed yet. One's from the Beats Bear, and the other one's from CrossFit Helium, the KZ Fitness LLC. I don't know what the story is with them. They're one of the last ones that were written back in August.
Really? That's strange.
Yeah.
All right, I'll follow up with them. Make sure they got it. Beats Bear, it's a yoga studio.
Yeah, we
All right,
wrote them on August 20th.
Guess they didn't need the money that badly.
Yeah, must not have. I haven't heard from it. I got a nice little thank you card from Melissa Hadcock, who owns one of the owners of 16 Handles. We dropped off their check a couple weeks ago, so she did send a nice thank you card to us, and she thinks that money will help carry them through the winter here with the slowdown. So just want to share that little note of appreciation. Mr. Brobson, anything to report? I don't know if you want to exchange seats with me so you can yell into the computer.
I can yell down here if you don't mind.
I think you got to have a pointed ready.
Like right at me?
Everybody
Hey, how y'all doing? 2 things. Closings that we're working on or we're waiting for naturally is towards the end of the year it always gets tight, but really gets tight before the end of February. Mr. Carminucci, I think Synergy is working towards a couple things there, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And but that'll be more towards the end of February, probably before the end of the year. I did place another call on Peregrine and have found that they have still not received their CON, and they're not supposedly using the facility.
Okay.
So we're waiting for that to find out what's going on, but it is what it is.
So Dennis, if that continues, they're gonna end up being taxed for those improvements, right?
That's why they've got to do something before the end of February. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, sir. So that was my point of just making a call. So we'll see what happens, but it's just, I don't understand why they can't get the, well, certificate of needs and that. It's something else that we don't deal with. So.
Are
But
they
other than that, go ahead.
waiting for you now?
I'm sorry.
Construction completed?
My understanding is construction is completed. Yes.
Okay.
They even did the landscaping before it got cold. So it looks nice. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. But we are still working on a couple other projects, and just recently we have another project being looked at for Synergy, which would be a consolidation of offices from the capital region. It's a group that has certain locations. I'm not at liberty to say anything at this point, but it would be bringing together 4 different places into one. They'd like to be near the Northway, and Synergy could very well be a good spot for that. So within the next month, we'll have more information for that. And as soon as I know, we'll if we're going to move it for January, bring it for January, I'll let you know ahead of time. But I have a feeling it'll probably wait till February, just because of the way things are right now. But it would be a 40,000 square foot building, about half of that offices, and the other half a service center for their products. And so it would be interesting. It'll be an interesting project if it comes to fruition. So there are still things happening, and we do have had a large warehouse and assembly warehouse, I should say, that looking for about 150,000 square feet. They want to do it in 2 steps, 75 to 150. And we are looking at that for Synergy, but also for the land left at exit 10, which is DCG. So there are still some great projects coming forward. So we'll see what happens. That's all I have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other business anybody has to bring up?
Hey, Melissa, I don't know if she can hear me. Yeah, so on existing projects, thanks to Jonathan, I think the Mazzone one should be going back on the tax rolls. So
I did deliver the deed last month.
yeah, you may have to do one further billing, next year for the 21 town and county tax year and the current school tax year, and that should be it.
Okay,
And then we're following up to accomplish the same thing for DCG. So I'll keep you posted.
okay,
Cool.
great, thank you.
You're welcome. If there's anything else that you're aware of, let me know in terms of projects that we should be terminating.
Did we take care of the
Barbara?
first dental? Smile Lodge? The
You know,
first project, I think.
Tried to, and I don't remember where we ended up with that. I'll have to look back through my email. I reached out to their attorney, they didn't respond, and I think I reached out to Dr. McDonald. I'll have to check back, Melissa.
Okay, all right.
And then Obrick's kind of lurking out there still. I have to dig back through my emails. I know I have correspondence back from them.
We're still not set with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've been billing based upon what was agreed to, but they never followed through on the pilot. And I think you or Dennis finally got their attention. I just have to dig through my emails and clean that up.
Okay,
I don't know how many years are left on that, but
I think
we'll get it done before we're ready to terminate, I guess.
I know.
Yeah, the other thing, before I forget, Jim, if you have trouble with finding information on the dental facility on Pierce, let me know. I can get Dave Triller jumping on that too.
Yeah, okay. We may have to do that because we got nowhere with their attorney, and I think I had some direct correspondence with Dr. McDonald. I don't remember where things ended up. I think there was a vacant parcel that we got out of title on, but the existing phase one, I think, is what Melissa was talking about, and I don't know if we ever accomplished that or not.
Yeah, it may have got delayed with some of the COVID stuff that's going on, but we'll check it.
Okay.
I'll get a hold of Dave and find out.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so if anybody else has anything, I don't see any members of the public here. Nobody additional is called in, so take a motion to adjourn.
Aye.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
All right, passed and
care,
seconded. To everybody for coming in. Everybody have a happy holiday if I don't see any of you, and stay well.
Take care.
Take
Good night.
care.
All right.
Hey.
Night.